We still to this day have people saying that, oh, you cannot study vocal technique because you won't have any emotion in your singing if you study. It needs to be all natural. And well, lettuce is natural, voice is not. Voice is always. This is even better live. Yeah! Nowadays, everyone can be a singer because we have auto-tune. Ladies and gentlemen, we're back in the studio with a good cup of coffee for one more vocal analysis. And today we are listening to Dimash once again, but a subscriber recommended me to watch the live version of the story of One Sky. I just made a video on the studio version last month. Actually, a few subscribers then told me to watch the live version, so I'm excited to hear it. This song is really interesting and, of course, impressive. Dimash is a great singer, and we listened to a bunch of different stuff in the song. I'm excited to see how he performs that live. If you're new in the channel, my name is Kyle Lish. I'm a singer-songwriter and voice teacher. As a singer-songwriter, I'll ask you to listen to my latest single, I'll Be There. It's out on all music platforms, including YouTube. I have a music video out, so if you're curious about my own singing, please listen to my music and let me know your thoughts. Your feedback would mean the world to me. If you want to become my singing student as a voice teacher, my work is based on laryngeal physiology. I have a complete singing course online. It's called Building Your Voice. There we talk about a range of different vocal techniques. We talk about stronger techniques, how to belt out high notes, how to sing strongly and with a firm and compressed voice. But at the same time, we also talk about how to sing with soft sounds, to be expressive with your voice. We talk about ornaments such as runs, vibratos, yodels. We talk about vocal distortions. Yeah! And I'm pretty sure that we'll hear some here because in this song, Dimash applies some vocal distortions as well. And inside the Building Your Voice course, we talk about how to achieve vocal distortions in a healthy way that won't hurt your voice. Okay, so all of that and much more inside my singing platform, Building Your Voice. The link is down below. Okay, so without further ado, let's listen to the story of One Sky performed live. This is from the music video, right? They have a screen there.
Can't believe what's happening at all. Like birds crazy, we bound to fall.
Vibrato.
We are the reason we're causing all that pain. To the secret one that gave us life.
This is so beautiful. So things that I already want to pay attention. That breathy voice. Hey, that breathy voice there. By the way, my examples today won't be the best. In my latest video, I told you guys that I got a cold. I'm still not 100%. I'm recovering, almost there, but still not 100%. So you can hear it in my voice still. So we have that breathy voice, which is whenever we are singing, the sound is soft, but not only that, we have some air escaping. Of course, we use a lot of air to be able to produce that sound, and that's the intention. We want to show that vulnerability. We want to show that leak of air in our voices. That's what he is using here. That sometimes is a bit more tricky to perform live than in a studio setting because you have to compete with other instruments. Sometimes you don't hear yourself as well as if you had like studio headphones, a condenser microphone, but pay attention how close he's singing to the microphone. The microphone is really close to his mouth, and that's important advice that I give to all my singing students, and also his singing with in-ears, another thing that I highly recommend if you are a singer. Okay, so he's able to hear his voice well and control. He's not overdoing it. He's not trying to fight against the other instruments with his voice. He's keeping the sound soft and the microphone really close.
Billions of hearts, billions of cells and souls and dreams, billions of lives shouldn't ever turn bruises as a road.
Oh, As I told you guys in the previous video on Dimash, this is what we call inside vocal anthropophysiology. By the way, vocal anthropophysiology is a theoretical framework for my work as a voice teacher. It's a field of study and intervention in voice that deals with a range of different voice sciences. And inside vocal anthropophysiology, we like to categorize, it's not like we like, but the way that we organize and we categorize sounds is into what we call vocal schemes. So instead of thinking, oh yeah, the human voice can be divided into 3 or 4 voice registers, chest, head, mix, etc. We think, okay, we have different muscles inside one's larynx, and depending on what these muscles are doing, we will have a different sound. And each of these arrangements of maneuvers between the different muscles, we receive a name, and we call these vocal schemes. The vocal scheme that he's using right now is not the breathy voice anymore. Now his vocal folds are in active tension. In what we call a crooner voice. This is not too high, the vocal folds are still, or the larynx in general, the muscles inside the larynx are pretty much doing the behavior or performing the behavior that we would have for a firm speech. I'm speaking to you and my voice is firm. I'm not speaking like this. It's not too soft. Vocal folds and passive tension. No, my vocal folds are active here. It's a firm speech. And this would be the threshold for that kind of behavior. If we are singing with active vocal folds above that, we say that we change to another vocal scheme and that will happen soon. Yeah, it just goes to show the great control that he's having here, switching back and forth between different passive vocal schemes and also active vocal schemes as well. Now we are talking about a worn voice. I told you guys that when we are higher than the D sharp 4, so E4 going forward, if we are keeping the vocal folds in active tension, which requires a lot of strength on the vocalis muscles themselves, which are the muscle parts of the vocal folds, but also the muscles surrounding the vocal folds, especially the muscles in the back of our throats. And here we're talking about the oblique arytenoid muscles, we're talking about the transverse arytenoid muscle and the lateral cricoarytenoid muscles. These muscles need to be strong to embrace the vocal folds so that we avoid vocal breaks. If these muscles are not working well and I want to sing that G, I have this voice cracks or vocal breaks. If they are working correctly, they will firm the voice and I won't have those breaks happening, which is the case here. Great control, great singer. The range of different vocal schemes that he's using there, especially making it stronger. He's growing the sound and then soft again. And the melody is also so beautiful. What an incredible singer. Now, sometimes it's trickier when we are singing live with those soft sounds, because again you have all that adrenaline, the muscles tend to contract more, tend to flex more whenever we are in a situation that makes us feel a bit more anxious, and singing on stage is usually one of them. Having a big crowd in front of you definitely makes it one of them. So it takes more attention focus to be able to sing soft when we are singing live in general than on studio, and he's able to switch back and forth between active and passive here, singing a hard melody, singing runs, vibrato, different vocal schemes. Just amazing.
they regain their love.
Oh, and now those low notes again, dropping a bit more the larynx to keep that sound dark. Oh, and passive, and pay attention to how the sound changes when he is switching back and forth between active and passive, even if you're talking about the same pitch.
To leave again, we have at the moment of dimension, walking the beat. Do we have to stand? Time is up, inside crusade, to set the here is what does. Can we balance all the fury grace?
It might not sound like it, but singing that G over and over again, sometimes these mid-high notes, the G sharp, the A, are more difficult to be singing over and over again than super high notes, because we are in a tricky part of our ranges. In general, the interval between E4, oh, and B4, oh, singing in between those notes tends to be more challenging than singing oh, higher than that.
Our future is impossible to see. Calling all the great survivors, calling when the stars are trembling, with the sun to fall on God. He brings us down. Can we balance all the fury Our future is impossible to say. Knowing all the great survivors falling, we decide to stop the trembling. We make it final time from your throne. Just our final time from your throne.
Super interesting as well. The TPs here showing the lyrics. A lot of singers nowadays, they use teleprompters. There's nothing wrong about it. There's nothing bad about it. In fact, I think that's really important. Sometimes what you're singing in terms of vocal technique is so hard that you don't want the lyrics, the words, to be a concern of yours. And most of the times, I believe that he's not even looking at them. But imagine that you're up there and you're singing a song. This song is 10 minutes long, 10 minutes long, and then you forget a word, and suddenly, because you're thinking about, oh my god, what will be the next word, you don't pay enough attention to your vocal technique, to how you want those words to sound. That would be a problem. Looking at words, guys, there is so much inside singing. And oftentimes we hear people complain about, oh, nowadays everyone can be a singer because we have auto-tune. Nowadays everyone can be a singer because we have teleprompters. And suddenly you don't have to worry about your pitch, and you don't have to worry about the words. There is so much involved in singing. There is so much that being a high-level singer, a professional singer, entails, that, guys, here is the thing. If you are singing a note wrong, auto-tune won't fix it. It will sound terrible. If I have to sing this G, hey, and then I sing the F instead, hey, it's so off that if I use pitch correction or auto-tune to try to correct that, it will sound like a robot, because it's so off. It's so, the note that I'm singing and what I want it to be corrected to is so far away. The whole thing is so distant that whenever I try to correct that, it will sound extremely processed. So whenever we are talking about live auto-tune, or you're talking about pitch correction, for it to sound actually good, we are talking about the singer singing the note just so slightly above or below the note itself. We are definitely not talking about something that would make a singer that's not singing on pitch at all sing right and sing well and be a great singer. And again, there is so much involved in singing. You have the words. Okay, you have the pitch, you have the melody, but you also have all of those sounds that you're using when you're singing those words, because it's not only about singing the notes, right? That's, if you're a singer, that's a given. If you are singing, okay, you have a melody, you need to sing that melody. That involves singing the right notes. But what else? How are you expressing yourself with your voice? How are you producing different sounds to tell a story, to convey emotion with your singing? That's pretty much what we talk inside my singing course, Building Your Voice. That's pretty much what I talk to my students every single day when I'm in the classroom. How are you using your voice as an instrument to express something, to make the audience feel? Because that's the function of vocal technique, to make people feel. Again, it's not only about singing right notes, it's not only about singing right words. All of that is part of singing, but there is much more. Let's go. The others. Make people feel. Saw it? The yodels. Whenever we don't want them to happen, we call that a voice crack. When we want that to happen, we call that a yodel. Remember when I told you guys that we have the forming muscles so that we don't have breaks? We can actually control them to have breaks when we want them to happen. So good. To make people feel. Okay, there is some serious compression going on there. Even with the microphone closed, there is not, when you're singing that low, there is not the volume that you will get. So there is some serious compression going on, and maybe something more to it, which is not a problem at all. That's so sweet, that Gregorian voice. The vibrato makes it way more special. Let's see if I can hit this while I have my code. And here we're talking about whistle notes, whistle tones. So beautiful. This is even better live. Yeah! That high. And same kind of distortion, this mixed distortion. We have some arytenoid chordulations. Yeah! Some corniculate chordulations. Yeah! And again, what's the function of vocal technique? He's not singing like that because it sounds cool. It sounds cool, but he's telling a story. And now, all of the visuals using war footage, he wants to sound more aggressive because he's talking about an aggressive topic. And he wants to express that with his voice. He wants to make people feel. Again, that's a function of vocal technique, guys. I can't stress that enough because we still to this day have people saying that, oh, you cannot study vocal technique because you won't have any emotion in your singing if you study. It needs to be all natural. And, well, letters is natural. Voice is not. Voice is always built, whether we want it or not, whether it is in a voice lesson or not. It's built.
We need peace.
We need peace. Alright, we need peace. Okay, guys, that's our analysis for the live version of The Story of One Sky by Dimash. Live. That's deep. Let me know in the comments your thoughts on the song, your thoughts on my analysis. If you are curious about my own singing, please listen to my music. I'll leave a chord up here. My latest single, I'll Be There, is out. Please give it a listen. Let me know your thoughts. I'm about to release a new song, Leave It All Behind. It will be a bit heavy, so if you're into vocal distortions, you might like it. Check out my online singing course, Building Your Voice, to know more about each of the techniques. There we talk about active vocal singing, passive vocal singing, vocal distortions. We have a vocal exercise library for you to practice all of them, all of that, and much more. Okay? You enjoy your coffee, enjoy your day. See you in the next one. And remember, if your concepts cannot be seen in the real world, they must change, and not the world.